hey, you need to party less, you need to drink less. Take that online course, wasting your time, drinking too much, smoking, consuming narcotics, to work that you hate, how to get out of that. They don't know to do anything else. That is their life. It's on repeat the same things, and that's who they are. You will fall from good habits all the time. And the thing is, but many people don't know, this identity of ours is totally customizable. It's totally customizable. So that's what I'm telling you. There are good news here. The way you customize your identity, you start with, I'm telling you, slowly, slowly it will be a way out. This is very important. Have you hit rock bottom? Do you feel like everything is crumbling and crashing around you? Do you feel like nothing is working out? Do you feel sad, depressed, anxious most of the time? Do you feel you can't find your place in this world? Do you feel like everyone is unfair, that all the situations are hard? Work is hard, your managers, colleagues, your bosses don't really understand you. Life in general seems complicated, and you feel like almost like you don't have any reasons what to live for. Like, I'm not saying like in literally, but you know, in the sense that you feel like you can't really find joy or peace in anything. Like, no matter what you do, it's like it doesn't make sense anything anymore for you, and it's hard, even though you know how to hide it really well. It looks like you're doing things easily, you know, like maybe people that knows you or colleagues, they look at you and they see a tough person, but you know, inside you are crumbling, and you are very, I'm not saying you're really weak, you are strong in some points, but you struggle to find meaning anymore, and you have a sadness, an emptiness inside you. It's your life looking like work, home, sleeping, again, work and home, sleeping on repeat. Of course, maybe some Netflix and social media scrolling here and there, but nothing else. Do you feel like a robot? When the week starts on Monday, all you can think about is you can't wait to be Friday again, so you can maybe go out with your friends, in case you have friends, or if no, to meet with your best mate, or even by yourself, and numb yourself down with some alcohol. Who knows, maybe using also narcotics or any kind of powders, you know what I mean. Is this all you can think about, just to get through another week, get paid in case you getting paid weekly, as I did, and just ring that special phone number that you know, or phone numbers, order some things, go to the supermarket, buy some strong alcohol, or maybe you're a beer guy that you just buy a lot of beers, and you start your weekend numbing yourself, smoking, drinking, and then you feel like life has a bit of meaning in that moment. You can feel like you can finally forget about the emptiness inside you, and that alcohol and the dopamine from the cigarettes and alcohol and whatever else you're using feels like it gives you a bit of joy, like you're living a bit in the moment, and for a while, at least in that moment, you feel good. But after one point, after in the middle of the night or towards the morning, you feel that desperation. You feel like it's ending now, and all your happiness, you know, it will go again for another week. You're gonna need to go again back to work where you don't like it. You're just gonna go there, go through the motion, getting paid again, or waiting for the weekend again and starting all over again. This is a happy case in case you're not maybe drinking every day. Even if you drink just one beer a day, if you drink every day, that's a really bad place to be, because you don't realize what alcohol can do to you. Yeah, anyway, so let's get back. So imagine middle of the night or the morning is coming, and you feel the desperation, you know you don't want it to end. You start calling again that special number, and you're desperate, and hopefully someone will respond. But it's like 5 a.m. and nobody does so many deliveries anymore. It's very rare that this happens, and you know you will need to get out of this stage, but it's so hard. You know you're gonna need to go to sleep, and you know how the suffering is coming. You know that the suffering is coming now. You know that you need to snap to get out of it. You know that the next day your body will be in pain and will need to eliminate that suffering caused by all that toxic substances that you put inside you, alcohol, cigarettes, and still on. And you know that's coming, and you know you're gonna be in bed most of the day. Maybe you're gonna wake up later, you might not feel like eating, you're gonna feel weak, and you're gonna probably just try to sleep as much as you can. But of course sometimes you might have trouble even sleeping, so you can't even get to the recovery stage. Or even sometimes you sleep but you wake up and you feel lonely, depressed, anxious, miserable. You feel like you would like someone's hug, or you would like to speak with someone. So you just ending up on the social media and trying to get some dopamine from there, and probably in most of the cases it works, and maybe that's how you get until the next week. Of course after work starts, because you have something to do and a routine, you feel like you Monday getting back to life. You feel like your body is awaking slowly. As you feel a bit better. Tuesdays you feel a bit even better. Wednesdays you feel almost normal. Thursday you feel 90% almost fully normal. And Friday, what do you do on Friday? You start all over again. So you become a human until Thursday, and Friday you're gonna waste yourself again, and you're gonna do this cycle over and over again. How long will you gonna do this cycle for? How long do you think this can go on like this? Yeah, you get the idea. But let's now get going with other areas of your life. For example, how is your discipline? Are you always trying to be a disciplined person, trying to do things to keep yourself busy in a productive way? Are you reading any books? Are you going for a walk? Especially, let's say there are people, they have dogs, but they don't get the time to go even out for a longer walks and enjoy their dogs because they just lacking the discipline and motivation to do that. What about what you put in your body? Are you conscious about what you're eating? Are you conscious about what you're putting inside your body and how much that affects you and your mood, and how that contributes on keeping you in that lower stage or state of mind, and depression and so on? Are you working out, or are you going out for walks? Are you reading any books? Are you watching any positive content? Are you watching any motivational content? What are your routines? If I'm not wrong, you might not do any of these things, and even if they seem small, they make a big difference and can shift your consciousness towards better. Are you eating only takeaways and ready meals, food fried in oil, fries, chips, crisps, things like that? Well, I have very bad news for you, because our body is not meant to eat all that things, and especially the vegetable oil. It's really bad for you. Now, I'm not an expert on this, but I know a guy on YouTube that he promotes and he speaks about this very, very often, and he stresses how vegetable oils like sunflower oil, canola oil, rapeseed oil, vegetable, sunflower, so any oil, any vegetable oil, yeah, can be corn oil, whatever. It's very damaging for our health because it's so much processed. If you don't believe me, you can find a video to see this oil is processed 4 or 5 times until it looks the way it looks on your shelf. So anyway, this guy says about this oil that it is the number one causing of diabetes, inflammation in the body, all the body diseases. It's come from this oil. But of course, nobody speaks about this and nobody knows that much. You can follow his YouTube better. I will attach here a picture with his YouTube channel, maybe also a link with a video that he explains the danger of the seed oils and how much he stresses about this to people, that they should be careful because this is the most dangerous stuff. But you know, sometimes you might say, oh, I'm not eating a lot of vegetable oils, but vegetable oils are in everything. For example, are in foods that you, ready meals that you eat. If you read on ingredients, you're gonna see some kind of vegetable oils. They are in even in snacks and so on. This vegetable oil is everywhere. What about your relationships now? Are your friends for you just when you need to party and when you have a good time, or are them for the bad times as well? Your friends when you are partying like an animal that you are, and when you do all those crazy stuff and you feel good and that weekend was so crazy, are your friends like, what are your friends saying to you? They are like, yeah bro, yeah, very nice, good, yeah. Or do you have those kind of friends that they will tell you, hey, you need to party less, you need to drink less, you need to take care of your health, you need to hit the gym, you need to take that online course because you're not happy in your job, so maybe you need to change your career. You know, some other people done it, so you can do it as well. And you should definitely not speak with the other friend that teaches you only to bad things and he drags you out all the time to waste your time in weekends, and he takes you to drink all the time. You know, what kind of friends do you have? Do you have those kind of friends that they encourage you when you do bad things and crazy stuff, like in the negative ones? They are like, yeah, don't worry bro, yeah, next week again, or yeah, don't worry, there are other people that they are doing much worse things than we are doing now. We are still behaving, we're just having fun, you know. If you have this kind of friends, you need to say bye-bye to them. But maybe you have one friend, and sometimes can be enough to be a good influence, but you need to listen to that one good friend. If you have just one, listen to it. If you don't have good friends at all, I will tell you where to find them. The best place to find really good friends is the church. Now, of course, if you are different religion, mosque or synagogue or whatever, but you get me, in the holy places, I think is the best place to find support and good friends, and that can help you to get away from these bad situations, from this bad cycle that you might be in, from wasting your time, drinking too much, smoking, consuming narcotics, who knows what other bad habits do you have. You know, you need to get rid of them, and sometimes it's hard. And you know why it's hard? It's because it's ingrained in you. You done them so many times that they become a routine, they become a habit. And we are creatures of habits. We humans are creatures of habits. So if we do something for 20 times, it's becoming part of us. So imagine, maybe you are drinking since you are 18 and you are now, I don't know, 30. Imagine all that drinking and partying and wasting time and not doing anything productive, not taking anything with your life, just going to work that you hate, coming back home, not working out, not eating properly, not having proper relationships, everything, all this, if you don't them on repeat for even half a year. No, we're not saying now what about the people that they don't this for 10 years, 20 years. It's so ingrained in them that's who they are, that's who they become, that is their identity. So they don't know how to get out of that. They don't know to do anything else. That is their life. It's on repeat the same things, and that's who they are. The things that we do, the things that we think about, the things that we consume, the things that we look at on internet, the friends we have, the conversations we have with ourselves and other people, the thoughts we have with ourselves, all this, it forms our identities. So if we have only bad thoughts, actions, friends all the time, especially for so many years on repeat, it becomes who we are. And when that's who you are, you do all these actions without even thinking about them. It's just you, that's you. So you just do them because you're so used to them. And the thing is, you might be so full of these bad issues, negative traits that you have, because they are going for so long that you don't know how to be someone else, or you don't know how to change. But good news, there is hope, there is a way. And I'm telling you that because I went through all of this, what I just spoken, and I know how it is and how hard it can be. And that way is for you to create a new identity for yourself. You might be like, a new identity? What do you mean? How can I do that? How can I create a new identity? Well, I'm gonna try to summarize it for you in a very simple terms. Hopefully you're gonna get it. So just to recap, your identity is what you're doing on repeat every day, every month, and so on. That your identity is what you do all the time. So for example, if you're going to a job that you hate, but you're just used to it, you just go there, take your money, come back, go to party, go and spend time with bad friends, but you have a bad environment, bad circle of friends, just eating the same bad food all the time and takeaways, you just smoking, drinking, maybe once a weekend or maybe every day. If you are not disciplined, if you don't know how to sometimes wake up earlier in the morning so you can have time a bit for yourself before starting your work, if you are not doing any sport, if you're not eating healthier, if you think only bad thoughts, if you watch only bad content online, if you watch only porn all the time, if you don't have a word. What do you mean you don't have a word? So if you say to someone, hey, I'll be there at this hour, and you're all the time late, or you can't keep your promises to yourself or to others, if you get me, all this on repeat, this is who you are basically. So you can tell to yourself, oh, I'm a good person. That's not your identity. Your identity is not the identity of a good person. All you do is only things that are harming you and are harming the people around you. Okay, so establish this is your identity, the habits and the actions that you do daily and monthly and for even years maybe. That's who you actually are. Sorry, my nose is really blocked and I'm trying to film this video. I want to finish it, but I'm really struggling here. I don't know if you can hear it on the mic, but from time to time I need to stop and blow my nose. It's really bad, but this video needs to get out. Okay, so the first step will be for you to acknowledge all this, for you to be aware of all these negative traits that you have. So if you're drinking every day or in the weekend, say, oh, I realize I'm drinking all the time. If you smoke, if you consuming other substances, if you are eating unhealthy, if you don't work out, if you don't wake up earlier in the morning to have a bit of time for yourself, for a mini discipline, or for even doing some work for yourself, like maybe you want to change your career and you want to do a course, you want to wake up 3 hours in the morning before starting your work, to work for yourself first, and after to go and work for your employer maybe, no? So if you don't do all of these things, you need to realize, oh, I'm not doing these things that I should be doing. And if you're not doing all these things that you should be doing, you need to realize, oh, I'm not actually doing all those things. I don't have that discipline. I don't do all these things. So you just need to be aware, but like aware of where, like take each of them and think about, do I do this? Do I do that? And you say, no, actually I'm not doing that. Oh, actually I never tried to do anything to change my situation. Oh, I'm very unhappy about my work, but I never did anything to change it. I never tried to get some qualification courses. I never tried to work harder in my job to get a promotion. I never tried to be in time for my work all the time. I never tried to improve my communication skills. I never tried to, you get me, whatever. Get in the mirror, and when you get in the mirror, look yourself. Do you have, like, is your cheeks like fluffy, and you get me, like it's look at your body, at your is your belly like too big? Do you have a lot of side fat? Do you have a lot of fat around here, and things like that? Do you look out of shape? In most cases might be you are out of shape. Just acknowledge that and say, yes, I'm out of shape. I'm really out of shape, because when you acknowledge this and you realize, then the step after acknowledgement, it will be to take some action to start changing the situation. But if you don't see yourself as having a problem, you think everything is fine, because that's how you are used to live, and that's your identity. So you feel like you're okay. You feel like nothing is missing because you are your true self. But your true self and your true identity in that moment might be a bad one that's not serving you. So let's get going. After you acknowledge all the things that you do bad, you need to reflect a bit on them. You need to realize that it's really happening, that those things are real and you are not doing them, or those issues that you have, they are there and they need solving, and you need to put some kind of urgency to them. Because if you be like, oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I'm gonna do it next year, you get me, you're gonna end up in the same cycle, because that cycle is your identity. So you're just gonna go and repeat like that. For how long can you go like that for? How long you're gonna stay in the same situation? You don't like the situation, you're just used to it, and you think that's life. But that's not life. That's just how you think life is, because you're not trying enough. You're not trying to solve. You need to reflect. You need to put an urgency to it and start thinking about some immediate action that you can take. Next step is your attitude and your thinking about things. You might have limiting beliefs. You might think, oh, I can't do that because I can't achieve that, because I can't be that, because, and you have all those reasons why you cannot do what you need to do. But you need to be careful. That is your ego that wants to keep you in the same spot, because the ego likes a very similar environment. He doesn't like changes. He will bring up fears and reasons why you should not do something, why you cannot do something. But trust me and believe me that you can do anything that you want. It's just you need to have the mindset. You need to destroy the limiting beliefs. So how are we gonna destroy these limiting beliefs? Well, for me it worked like this. First, I watched some motivational content, and if you might be that kind of person that never watched that, or very rare. So start going on YouTube and just search motivational content and listen for 1 hour instead of binging social media or messaging friends that ask you all the time, let's go party. Just go for 1 hour every day, even more if in the beginning, and listen to find some motivational speakers that you resonate with them, or some topics that you resonate with. You can even search certain topics that you feel like you need to, and just listen to them, because this is the first step to change a bit your mind shift, to put in your brain some different thoughts that the ones that you are used to, the ones that they are all the time popping on your social media, that they don't make any sense. Secondly, after you've done this, you need to start thinking positive. So you need to start thinking, yes, I'm gonna make a change, and it is possible, and I can make it. I don't know how yet, but I'm gonna find out. This is my goal now. My goal is to find out how to change, how to become what I want, how to do a certain thing, how to stop drinking, how to stop smoking, how to stop taking substances, how to sober up, how to become a better person for myself, for my kids, for my wife, how to become better at life, how to self-improve. This is what you need to think now. And the next step is putting this in your mind, these thoughts, and say, I want to do all these things. I will learn how to. It's not impossible. I just don't know the results and the roadmap yet. So now my goal is to find the roadmap, how to achieve these things, how to become better. This needs to become like your goal, to find the way how you can improve, because that's the problem that most people don't realize when they first try to self-improve. Some people will try, and maybe you tried in the past as well, and you've been like, okay, I want to change that. And after you try something for a day and it doesn't, and after you revert back because it's so hard, or you tried it for 1 month and you revert because it's hard. Why? Because you don't know all the steps, you don't know all the roadmap. So the idea is you will fall from good habits all the time, and your natural instinct will be to revert back to your old self that do the bad ones. So in that moment when you fall, I will tell you what you need to do. Get back up. So when you're gonna fall from these good habits that you try to implement and you're trying to change, I will tell you what to do. Just get back up. Okay, let's say you're planning to start a new diet and you keep it for a few days, 1 week, and after you eat something bad in one day, you go out with friends, you have the environment sometimes makes you to eat some bad food because you're not at home or you can't afford a restaurant to eat something nice. So you might just buy something cheap and full of carbohydrates and vegetable oils and something unhealthy. Anyway, so you eat bad, and after what you do, you'll be you eat bad the second day again, and the third day again, the fourth day again, and before you know it, you're back to your old type of diet and old type of lifestyle. This can apply with everything. Let's say you're trying to do a course online and you do it first day, second day, and after it's just hard. You feel like it's getting harder, and you just don't go to that online course for a week, 2 weeks, 3 months, and before you know it, you just bought the online course but you never finished it. You get the idea. This can happen the same with drinking or smoking. Maybe you quit for a week, and after in 1 weekend you grab them again, and since then you are back into smoking and drinking. So what you need to do when you fall out from these good habits that you try to implement, these changes, is normal. Don't think it's not normal. Even the people that you see, they manage very well and they become very self-developed. They fail more times they tried. They failed so many times, but they got back up. So you need to get back up. Let's say you fall out from this habit for a few days, or even up to few months, even up to a year. Believe me, it's never too late to try again, to go back. And the thing is, the quicker you try again, the better you become. And for example, you fall out after 1 week, you fall out for a week or so, or 2 weeks, you need to go back on it. You fall for 3 months, you go back after 3 months again to that good habit. Don't give up. No matter how long you fall out of this habit that you're trying to build, go back on it. And after, you're gonna fall again out after maybe longer period. Maybe next time you're gonna manage to keep it for 3 months and you fall for 1 week. But don't let that 1 week go into a month or a year and so on. The idea is, if you fell out of doing a good habit, go back at it as soon as possible. Don't be discouraged if you fell out for longer periods of time, months, even 1 year or years. Just go back at it as soon as you can. Another way to change this identity of ours that is responsible for everything in our life, and this identity is so crucial that it can determine what kind of person you are, if you are poor, rich, if you are funny, smart. And the thing is, but many people don't know, this identity of ours is totally customizable. It's totally customizable. So that's what I'm telling you. There are good news here. The way you customize your identity, you start with journaling and affirmations. This is very important. I can guarantee you, if you gonna start journaling and write down what you're gonna do the next day, the night before, and you're gonna write down in your journal or notebook you some affirmations, I can guarantee you, just by journaling every day and reading your affirmations every day, especially if you can read them out loud, if you can do this for 3 months in a row every day, you're gonna see a positive change. And I will say these two are the most important. I will explain you now how the affirmation works. Maybe you hear about before in the past about people saying that affirmations works, or you need to do affirmations, and you don't really understand. I will explain you how it works. When you do affirmations, you are reprogramming your mind, your unconscious mind. You remember that mind that basically formed all those bad habits for you and old self that doesn't serve you. For example, if you say, I'm a non-smoker, non-drinker person that has all the time clear head and observes everything. If you repeat this to yourself every day, even a few times a day in the beginning, what will happen? Your mind will say something like, oh, this message is important for you. So the mind will be like, okay, I heard it so many times, I will store it. I will store this affirmation, this thought, whatever, yeah? So after you do this for so long and combine this with your awareness of your bad habits and with your desire to change also the habits, because if you don't want to change them, it will not just work miraculously. So after you are aware of your bad habits and you put this affirmation into place, and backed up by action, it will slowly start to work. Okay, let's say you're trying to quit smoking and drinking, because we're just speaking about this. When you're gonna fall out of it, maybe you're gonna have a cigarette or you're gonna have a drink, what will happen is you having these affirmations that you repeat to yourself every day. I'm a non-smoker and non-drinker, and I have a clear head all the time. Clear mind, I mean, when I say clear head. If you do that all the time, even if you fell out of it and you smoke and drink for 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 1 month, whatever, you know in your mind, you'll see this affirmation will pop up like a thought, will pop out in your mind, because you repeat it so many times to yourself, and it will pop out, and you'll be like, I'm a no-smoker, non-drinker, and non-addictive person that has all the time clear head and observes everything. And you're like, oh, what am I doing now? Oh, I'm smoking now. I'm drinking again now. Why am I doing that? Because I shouldn't do that, because I'm a non-smoker, non-drinker, non-addictive person that has all the time clear head and observes everything. It might take you a while. It might take you half a year or 1 year, but you will manage to do it if you try it all the time, do the affirmations all the time, action all the time, and all the time when you fall out of this routine, go back to it. It's like riding a bicycle. You know, when you first ride a bicycle, you've probably felt a few times until you manage to balance yourself and to keep going from the first try with no problems. It's the same with this, especially if you have this habit ingrained in you for so long time. Another way to change your identity is gratefulness. You need to be grateful about everything in your life. So practice gratitude as many times as you can. You know, sometimes people don't even know how to practice gratitude. I know it sounds silly. Maybe some of you know, but believe me, there are people that they don't know. I was one of them. I didn't know how to practice gratitude. Yes, so gratitude is the way you see things. You know, you need to find reasons to be grateful for everything. Be grateful because you're alive. Be grateful because you are healthy. Now, I get some people may have some really bad health issues, but you still need to be grateful for your level, your health that you have, because believe me, there are people that they have it worse than you. So no matter what is your condition that you suffer from, let's say you have a health conditions and you can't be grateful and happy because you're all the time thinking, oh, I have that, or believe me, there are people even below that. There are people worse than you. There are people dying. There are people in pain, that they have terminal illnesses there, and so on. You know, there are so many, there are levels to this that you are not really aware. So no matter what is your condition or health, you need to be grateful for the health that you have. Things that you can be grateful for every day. You have something to eat, you have clothes what to wear, you have a roof over your head, you can most of you maybe have a job that to be grateful for. You can be grateful for family members. You can be grateful for pets if you have any pets. You can be grateful for friends. You can be grateful for so many things that you can be grateful for. The conclusion is we all going through hard moments at one point. Many of us don't know the way out of it. So the idea, what I try to do here was to make you aware that everything is possible and that your situation is just temporary. And no matter how bad it is, no matter if you are like highly depressed or highly in pain, or you went to a very hard breakup, or you're hurting, or something really, really bad happened to you, I'm telling you, slowly it will be a way out. If you have a lot of bad habits and you feel like the life is hard and you need to change, but you feel like you don't have the power to change, believe me, that is possible as well. It's just you need to find your own way and the roadmap to it. So what I try to give here is just few but very important insights that helped me when I went to a similar period. So if you will try and apply just few of these principles that I told you, I guarantee you your life will improve in a good way. I'm quite struggling to make a conclusion of this video now. Also, my nose is so blocked, I'm all the time, you get me. So I'm struggling to close the video, but I hope I made myself clear over this video, and I hope you're gonna get the message. I'm not the best communicator, I'm not a guru, and I don't try to say you need to follow exactly what I said. What I'm trying with this video is to make you a bit more aware, so after you are a bit more aware, you can take the action and you can make it in your own way, you can personalize it in your own way. I'm just trying to show it is possible and to give a bit of hope and inspiration if it's possible. Nobody is perfect, I'm not perfect, I'm not the best communicator, I'm just trying to spread a positive message, do my best. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I really hope it helped you, and if you think this video can help someone, maybe send this video to those persons. Please let me know in the comments what you think about, if you like it, you didn't like it, if you have any stories that you would like to share. I would be glad to listen to them, to read them. Also, please remember to subscribe, like the video, and see you in the next one.